Okay, since I didn't give it to you in your comp book, here's the deal. When an exponent is raised to another power, you multiply. When we multiply, we add. When we divide, we subtract. But when a power is raised to a power, right there, we multiply. Now, the one thing we have to take in mind is this 2. Here's the deal. That's telling you to multiply 3 times. So that would be 2 times 2 times 2. Now, you're going to everything inside the parentheses. Now, x squared, that means that's x to the 2 times 3. Now you're going to this one. This is y to the 3 times 3. You can put in your calculator 2 times 2 times 2, and it's 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. There's your answer right there. 8x to the 6, y to the 9. Let's look at this one, a little smaller. All right, still raised to the 3rd power. So that means you're going to multiply 2 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2. All right, got a variable with the power, and you multiply. That's x to the 3 times 3. We already know 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. What's 3 times 3? 9. So that's x to the 9th. There's your answer. All right, all variables on the last 2. Let's look at that. Number 7. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's the deal. When a power is raised to a power, you multiply. So that's u to the 4 times 3. This would be v to the 3 times 3. So that's u to the 12th, v to the 9th, right there. There's your answer right there. Try number 8. All right, number 8. That would be x to the 2 times 3, y to the 2 times 3, which is x to the 6, y to the 6. Oops, that's a 2. That's it. I'm not putting those in today. I'm going to wait till to Thursday. Well, for y'all, for 5th period, 5th through 8th period, tomorrow, we'll do these. Okay, let's look at this. Write the slope-intercept form of each equation line described. Here's the deal. We did this all last week. This is why I stressed that. We did point slope formula. Now here's the deal. Parallel lines, it goes through negative 5, 1. It's parallel to this equation. Parallel lines have the same slope. So here's the deal. There's your M you're going to use. Here's your x1, y1. Because all we did was use point slope formula. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. We start with our same formula that we used all last week. Now, let's put everything in. This would be y minus 1 is equal to, the slope is 2/5, times x minus negative 5. Right there. Now, here's the deal. Double sign. Rewrite it. So it's y minus 1 is equal to 2/5 times x plus 5. Now we distribute. The left remains the same. Y minus 1. 2/5 times x, we can do that in our head. That's just 2/5 x. Now, trust me on this one. I'm going to show you on the next one. 2/5 times 5 is just 2, and it's positive. You have one thing left to do once you get to this point. What's the last thing you need to do? No, not subtract. Add 1. Do the opposite. So you're going to add 1 to both sides. So it becomes y equals 2/5 x. 2 plus 1 is 3. That equation right there is parallel. Remember, parallel lines never intersect. They never intersect. Okay. Let's look at number 10. Then I'm about to show you some things on your calculator. Through the point 1, -5, but parallel to y equals 8/3 x. Here's your x1, y1. It's parallel, so that means you have the same slope. So you just use that same slope right there. Yep. All right. Start, we got a point, and you have a slope. Hence the name point slope formula. So it'd be y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Okay. Plug and play. Y minus -5 is equal to 8/3 times x minus 1. On this one, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What is this going to change to right here? Yeah. So it becomes y plus 5. Now, we have to distribute to everything inside the parentheses. So that becomes 8/3 times x is just 8/3 x. In this one, it's 8/3 times -1, which just makes that minus 8/3. All right, last step. Subtract 5 from both sides. Now, get your calculator. I'm going to show you how to do this on your calculator. Hit Control Divide. -8, down arrow, 3. Hit the right arrow, -5. Hit enter. What do you get? Yeah, that's it, -23/3. So this is just y equals 8/3 x minus, since it's negative, 23/3. So this equation is parallel to that one. Y equals 8/3 x. That means those two lines will never intersect. Let's go to number 11. Let's look at this one. Parallel lines have the same slope. Goes through there. So there's your m you're going to use. Here's your x. There's your y. So this is y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Now, plug and play. Y minus 5 is equal to -7/8 times x minus -4. Do not try to distribute with a double sign. It'll mess you up. I said it last week. That'd be y minus 5 is equal to -7/8 times x plus 4. All right, rewrite the left side. We're going to distribute. -7/8 times x is -7/8 x. Now, on your calculator, do this. hit Control Divide. Whenever you want to add or subtract, use that Control Divide. -7, down arrow 8, times, I'll hit the right arrow, times 4. And what do you get? -7/2. Okay? So that's -7/2. What's the last step here? Add what? 5 to both sides. So, here we go again. -7/2 plus 5. So, Control Divide. -7, down arrow 2. Hit the right arrow, plus 5. And what do you get?
3/2.
Yeah. And it's positive, so it's plus 3/2. All right. There's an equation of the line that's parallel to this equation that goes through the point -4, 5. All right. Try number 12.